Hey guys, Roast here with another Lost Ark video. Today I want to tell you all about the advanced features of your stronghold and a bunch of tips and tricks for them and the stronghold in general. I really want to talk about this because if someone had told me all of this from the start, it would have been way easier to work with my stronghold. The features I want to cover today specifically are feasts, the resource farm, the training camp, the knowledge base, and then a bunch of various tips and tricks, so make sure to stick around to the end for those. I'm going to go over how and when you unlock these features, their best uses, and then I will finish with all the little things I've learned so far with the Stronghold. As always, if you enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe and like, and drop comments when you have a question because someone else definitely has it too. So, let's get started with the feast area. Once you hit Stronghold level 10, you unlock 2 small quest chains, and one of those quest chains gives you the feast area. This feast area is on the main island of your stronghold. If I pull up the map, you'll see it's just right over here. And there's a feast available each day for the low cost of some gold and cooking materials, primarily the meat and fish that you get from hunting and fishing. You can see here. And the benefit you get from these is a 2-hour buff that changes depending on the feast, but these last through death and can stack with other food buffs. So like if you eat this feast, you get extra weapon power and then a bonus effect, and then you can have, and that buff lasts for 2 hours, and then you can go eat another food and have even more bonus effects. These feasts can also feed up to 10 people, so bring your friends over to your stronghold so that they get the buffs too. A little note here is that after feasting, you cannot feast again for 30 minutes, so don't waste any materials. My 2 tips for this are to make sure you use the feast before your daily Guardian raid and Chaos Dungeon clearing, because it's a huge buff you can use to help clear faster and easier. And my second tip is to make certain to bring people with. If you've got guildies on at the same time, group up, go to a stronghold, and chow down. Also, along with the regular feasts at your stronghold, you can make barbecues that you carry in your inventory and you can use in the battle workshop, which is the space, I think, at the beginning of Guardian raids. Anyways, I'll cover more tips at the end of the video, but for now, let's move on to the resource farm. Let me run over there first. So the resource farm is another building unlocked with a short quest chain at Stronghold level 10, and it allows you to gather all kinds of different resources from the comfort of your stronghold. It still uses work energy and still gives skill points, but it uses more energy, gives less XP, and it gives you different resources. So these resources you get here are unique to your stronghold, and they cannot be gathered, or they cannot be traded with anyone else. They are used in special chest crafting, so you see I get plain mushrooms with this little house icon on them, and those chest craftings you can find by going to your crafting workshop, proceed with crafting, and farm, and it's all kinds of combat consumables or even tools that you can make, and these require the materials that you get only from your stronghold. My tip here is going to be that because these materials are not tradable and they aren't the same as your regular materials that are usable in many more cases, I would refrain from doing this unless you didn't have much time and needed to burn your daily work energy or wanted to quickly level a skill like fishing, hunting, or relic gathering that is normally more difficult to do out in the wild. So this first little island here, if I can exit the menu, will be lumbering and herbalism or foraging and mining, along with a fishing spot over here. If you take this little transporter, it'll put you into the cave that has relic gathering on the, or no, these are rabbits on the red dots, relic gathering where they've located, and the nice thing about relic gathering is you don't have to do any of like the pinging and searching, it's just relic jar, pick it up, and you're done. And then fishing, and obviously the fishing zones. With that covered, let's move on to the last 2 features that you unlock, and those last 2 features are going to be the training camp and the knowledge transfer zone, and they both perform similar functions. You unlock the training camp as soon as one of the characters on your roster hits level 52, and its main function is to level alts over time. I actually don't have it unlocked yet on this character, but I do have the knowledge transfer unlocked, and the knowledge transfer does a similar thing, but it uses gold and it's instantaneous. So the knowledge transfer, let me run over there real quick. It's down over here underneath your laboratory, so it's going to take me a second to run over there. So for the knowledge transfer, you unlock this once your stronghold's at least level 10 and you've completed the Vern questline. You will get a quest for this in your stronghold. It's a little blue quest. There'll be some guy right here who wants to talk to you. You can go to this monster or this robot, and once you complete the quest lines, you can take your roster characters in here and level them up to a specific item level instantaneously for a fee. These buildings will be, this and the training camp are very useful later on in the game when you have multiple characters you want to progress at the same time, but don't worry about them too much until then. My only tip here is that you've unlocked these buildings, feel free to make another character on a class you want to try out so you can start leveling them up ASAP. On to the final point of the video, which is a lot of Stronghold mechanics and tips you may or may not have figured out right away. In no particular order, let's go. So the first thing is that the Stronghold is shared between all the characters in your roster, so any benefits it generates can be shared amongst them. Next, the Song of Hearth and Home, so let me dismount real quick so I can show you. The Song of Hearth and Home in your song list is how you get to your Stronghold at any time from anywhere. And you can access it, ooh, am I close? Okay. You can access the Stronghold basically at any time, including in dungeons. Sometimes it won't let you. And to leave, you'll just play the Song of Escape. And you can bind both of these to your hotbar just by dragging and dropping them, and then when you press that button, it will play that song and take you wherever you want to go. An alternative is if you're on like a main landmass, you can go to your map, right-click once, and if you're on a landmass, I'm currently on Lullaby Island, but if you're on a landmass, it will give you your triport paths, and you can go anywhere you want, just like normal. Next, a tip for managing your stronghold quickly is that and it kind of tries to tell you in here, but if you hold control and press the numbers 1 through 4, it will pull up your management, your structure placing, your wardrobe, or just give you a different view of your character by letting you view far away. But yeah, so that's a quick thing to do to speed up your time instead of having to run to the crafting zone and to run to the lab and to run to the manor and run to this. Don't do that. Just do control 1. Another tip is that you can equip effects from skins and structures you have by clicking on the manor option. It's not just by placing them or equipping them. No, you have to click on the manor option. And then here you can see what structures you have that can give effects and what outfits you have that can give effects. Note, you may not have anything it can equip, so if the screen is empty, don't worry about it. But yeah, there's a structure you can craft called the Reformist style small mountain, and you can place it and it won't give its effect, because that's what I did. And then I found out, oh, you have to go to the effects menu, which isn't present here. This just tells you what all effects you have activated. So yeah, those are different things. Another tip is that if you're out adventuring and you notice your inventory filling, if you say, oh crap, my inventory's full, I need to deal with it, you can just teleport back to your base at any time. And this is a great idea because you can access your storage keep here for roster and your personal storage, and you can also use the market when you're here, so you can sell any items you want to sell from your base really easily. And the other really cool part about Strongholds is that when you use the Song of Escape, it will take you back to exactly where you were before, on an island, in an area, wherever. It'll take you right back. And my final tip for Strongholds is to do all of the blue quests as they become available. This is important because they not only unlock new features for you and provide tutorials, some of the quests are locked behind each other, and others provide you rewards like new crewmates for essentially zero work. So I hope this video helps you guys out. I tried to include everything I had learned that seemed useful. If it did help, please consider helping me back by subscribing if you aren't already and liking the video. If there's anything at all I missed or a specific video that you want to see next, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you sticking around. Remember to keep it beefy, boys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hello there.